You might think you're just an ordinary person, living an ordinary life. But what if I told you that you're actually extraordinary? That you have incredible power hidden inside you, just waiting to be unleashed? It's true. You are one of the chosen ones, and you're about to discover just how powerful you really are. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever had a gut feeling that turned out to be right? Or a dream that came true? Or maybe you've experienced moments when you felt deeply connected to something greater than yourself. These aren't coincidences. They're signs of your true nature, a nature that's far more amazing than you've been led to believe. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Me? Chosen? That can't be right. But here's the thing. Being chosen doesn't mean what you might think it does. It's not about being better than others or having some kind of special status. It's about recognizing the incredible potential that exists within you. A potential that exists within all of us, but that few people ever truly tap into. So what does it really mean to be a chosen one? It's simple. Being chosen means that you have the ability to shape your reality, to connect with the universe in profound ways, and to make a real difference in the world. It means that you have access to wisdom and power that goes beyond the physical world we can see and touch. But here's the most important part. Everyone has this potential. Yes, you read that right. Everyone. The only difference between those who seem spiritually powerful and those who don't is that the powerful ones have recognized and developed their gifts. And that's exactly what you're about to learn how to do. Think of it like this. Imagine you were born with the ability to play beautiful music, but no one ever showed you a musical instrument. You'd go through life never knowing about this amazing talent you have. That's what it's like for most people when it comes to their spiritual power. They have this incredible gift, but they've never been shown how to use it. Being chosen isn't about being special or elite. It's about being aware. It's about recognizing the power that's been inside you all along and learning how to use it. It's about waking up to your true nature and embracing the incredible being that you really are. Now that you understand what it really means to be chosen, let's talk about some signs that you might be more spiritually powerful than you realize. These are things you might have experienced, but maybe didn't know what they meant. As we go through these, I want you to really think about your own life. See if any of these signs feel familiar to you. The first sign is having a strong intuition. Have you ever just known something without knowing how you knew it? Maybe you had a feeling about a person that turned out to be spot on, or you knew something was going to happen before it did. That's your intuition at work, and it's a clear sign of spiritual power. Another sign is feeling deeply connected to nature. If you find yourself feeling at peace when you're outdoors, or if you feel a strong bond with animals, that's a good indication of your spiritual power. It shows that you're tuned in to the natural world in a way that many people aren't. Here's another big one. Experiencing synchronicities. These are those moments when things seem to line up in ways that can't just be coincidence. Maybe you keep seeing the same number everywhere, or you think of someone and they call you right at that moment. These synchronicities are like little winks from the universe, showing you that you're connected to something bigger. Do you often feel other people's emotions as if they were your own? This is called being an empath, and it's another clear sign of spiritual power. If you find yourself picking up on the moods of those around you, or if you can sense how someone is feeling even when they're trying to hide it, that's your spiritual power at work. Let's talk about dreams. Do you have vivid dreams that stick with you? Or maybe you've had dreams that seem to predict future events. This is another way your spiritual power might be showing itself. Your dreams are a gateway to deeper levels of consciousness, and having powerful dreams is a sign that you're tapping into that. Now, here's an important thing to remember. You don't need to have all of these signs to be spiritually powerful. Even just one or two is a clear indication that you have untapped potential within you. And the more you pay attention to these signs, the stronger they'll become. But what if you're reading this and thinking, I don't think I've experienced any of these things? Don't worry. Sometimes our spiritual power can be hidden deep inside us, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Just because you haven't noticed these signs yet doesn't mean they're not there. It might just mean that you're about to start an exciting journey of discovery. The truth is, we all have spiritual power within us. It's just that some of us have been more aware of it, or have had more opportunities to develop it. But that's about to change. Because now that you know what to look for, you'll start noticing these signs more and more in your own life. And here's the really exciting part. Once you start recognizing your spiritual power, you can begin to develop it. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So even if you've only experienced a tiny hint of these signs, that's all you need to get started. You're at the beginning of an incredible journey. Think about it. What if you could strengthen your intuition so much that you always knew the right decision to make? What if you could deepen your connection to nature so that you felt at peace and in harmony no matter where you were? What if you could understand and manage your empathic abilities so that you could help others without being overwhelmed by their emotions? These aren't just fantasy. These are real possibilities for you, because you are one of the chosen ones. You have this power within you, whether you've realized it before now or not. And from this moment on, your life can be about exploring and expanding that power. So take a moment right now, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. As you breathe in, imagine you're breathing in awareness of your true nature. As you breathe out, let go of any doubts or disbelief. You are powerful beyond measure. You are chosen, and your journey to discovering just how amazing you really are starts right now. Now that we've talked about what it means to be chosen and some signs that you might be more powerful than you realize, let's dive into where this power actually comes from. Because understanding the source of your power is key to being able to tap into it and use it in your daily life. So, where does spiritual power come from? The simple answer is, it comes from within you. But it's also part of something much bigger. Imagine the entire universe as a vast ocean of energy. Every star, every planet, every living being, including you, is like a wave in that ocean. We're all made of the same stuff, all connected to the same source. Your spiritual power is your personal connection to that universal energy. It's like you have a direct line to the power that creates and sustains everything in existence. Pretty amazing, right? But here's where it gets really interesting. You're not just connected to this power. You're an expression of it. Think of it like this. If the universe is an incredible symphony, you're not just listening to the music. You're one of the instruments playing it. Your thoughts, your actions, your very being is part of the grand cosmic orchestra. Now, you might be wondering, if I'm connected to all this power, why don't I feel it all the time? That's a great question. The truth is, most of us have been taught to focus only on the physical world, what we can see, hear, touch, taste, and smell. We've forgotten how to tune into our spiritual nature. It's like we've been looking at the world through a tiny keyhole, seeing only a small part of what's really there. But just because you haven't been aware of your connection to this universal power doesn't mean it hasn't been there all along. It's always been part of you, waiting for you to recognize it and learn how to use it. Think about electricity. It was always there, flowing through the world, long before humans figured out how to use it. But once we did, it transformed every aspect of our lives. Your spiritual power is like that. It's always been there, and now you're learning how to switch it on and use it to transform your life. Here's another way to think about it. Have you ever seen those huge redwood trees? They're some of the biggest, oldest living things on Earth. But every single one of those massive trees grew from a tiny seed. That seed contained all the potential to become a towering giant. It just needed the right conditions to grow. You're like that seed. Your spiritual power is the potential within you to grow into something incredible. And just like a seed needs sunlight, water, and good soil to grow, your spiritual power needs awareness, practice, and belief to develop. Now, let's talk about belief for a moment, because it's incredibly important. Your belief in your own power is like the key that unlocks your potential. If you don't believe you have this power, or if you don't believe you're worthy of it, it's like keeping that power locked away in a box. But here's the beautiful thing. Just by reading this, just by being open to the idea that you might be more powerful than you thought, you're already starting to turn that key. You're beginning to unlock your potential, and you don't have to take my word for it. Throughout history, there have been countless people who have tapped into this universal power and used it to do incredible things. From great spiritual teachers to innovative scientists, from inspiring artists to everyday heroes, They all access this same power that's within you. The difference is they believed in their power. They nurtured it, developed it, and used it. And that's exactly what you're about to learn how to do. Remember, this power isn't something outside of you that you need to try to grab or earn. It's not something you need to be given by someone else. It's already within you. It's your birthright as a living, conscious being in this universe. Your job now is to recognize it, believe in it, and learn how to use it. And that's what we're going to explore next. We're going to look at practical ways you can start tapping into your spiritual power and using it in your everyday life. But before we do that, I want you to take a moment to really let this sink in. You are connected to the power that creates and sustains the entire universe. That power flows through you with every breath you take. It's in every cell of your body, every thought in your mind. You are not small. You are not powerless. You are a chosen one, a being of incredible potential and power. And your journey to fully realizing that power is just beginning. Now that you understand where your power comes from, let's talk about how to unlock it. Think of your spiritual gifts like muscles. They're already there, but to make them stronger, you need to exercise them. And just like physical exercise, developing your spiritual powers takes practice and patience. But don't worry, I'm going to show you some simple techniques to get started. First, let's talk about meditation. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Meditation? Isn't that just sitting around doing nothing? But meditation is actually one of the most powerful tools for unlocking your spiritual gifts. It's like a gym for your soul. When you meditate, you're training your mind to be quiet and focused. This helps you tune into your inner wisdom and the universal energy around you. Here's a simple way to start. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Focus on your breath, just noticing it going in and out. When thoughts come, and they will, don't worry. Just gently bring your attention back to your breath. Start with just 5 minutes a day. As you get more comfortable, you can gradually increase the time. Another powerful technique is visualization. This is like daydreaming with a purpose. Close your eyes and imagine a ball of white light in your heart. See it growing brighter and bigger, filling your whole body with warmth and energy. Then imagine that light extending out beyond your body, connecting you to everything around you. This exercise helps you feel your connection to the universal energy and can boost your spiritual power. Let's talk about gratitude. This might seem simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Each day, take a few moments to think about things you're grateful for. It could be big things like your health or your family, or small things like a delicious cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. Feeling grateful opens your heart and aligns you with positive energy, which can supercharge your spiritual gifts. Now, here's a technique that might surprise you. Spending time in nature. Nature is bursting with life energy, and when you connect with it, you're tapping into that power. Take a walk in the park, sit by a tree, or even just tend to some houseplants. As you do, really pay attention to the life around you. Feel the energy of the plants, the earth, the sky. This can help awaken your spiritual senses and make you more aware of the energy flowing through all things. Another powerful practice is journaling. Writing down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences can help you notice patterns and insights you might otherwise miss. Pay special attention to any intuitive flashes or unusual experiences you have. Writing them down makes them more real and helps you develop your spiritual awareness. Lastly, let's talk about energy work. This involves learning to feel and direct the energy in and around your body. Here's a simple exercise. Rub your hands together quickly for about 30 seconds. Then slowly pull them apart. Can you feel a tingling or a sense of energy between your palms? That's your own energy field that you're feeling. The more you practice, the more sensitive you'll become to this energy, and the better you'll be able to work with it. Remember, unlocking your spiritual gifts is a journey. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Some days you might feel super connected and powerful. Other days, you might feel like nothing's happening. That's completely normal. The key is to keep practicing, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself and your potential. As you work with these techniques, pay attention to how you feel. You might notice subtle changes at first, Maybe you feel more peaceful, or you start having more intuitive insights. Maybe you find yourself feeling more connected to others or to the world around you. These are all signs that your spiritual powers are awakening. And here's something really exciting. As you develop one spiritual gift, you often find that others start to emerge too. It's like your whole being is waking up to its true potential. So stay open to new experiences and abilities that you might not have expected. As you start to unlock your spiritual gifts, you might find that some doubts and fears come up. This is totally normal. In fact, it's a good sign. It means you're stepping out of your comfort zone and growing. But these doubts and fears can hold you back if you let them. So let's talk about how to overcome them. One of the biggest fears people have when they start exploring their spiritual power is the fear of the unknown. You might worry about what will happen if you really tap into your power. Will it change you? Will it scare people away? Will you be able to handle it? These are all normal concerns. Remember this. Your spiritual power is a natural part of who you are. It's not something foreign or dangerous. It's like learning to use a new sense. At first it might feel strange, but soon it becomes a normal and beautiful part of how you experience the world. Another common fear is the fear of being wrong or looking foolish. You might worry that you're just imagining things, or that people will think you're crazy if you talk about your experiences. Here's the thing. Your experiences are real and valid, even if others don't understand them. And you don't have to share everything with everyone. It's okay to keep some things private as you're learning and growing. Some people fear that tapping into their spiritual power might go against their religious beliefs. If this is a concern for you, remember that spiritual power is not tied to any one religion. It's a natural human ability, like creativity or compassion. Many people find that developing their spiritual gifts actually deepens their connection to their faith. Then there's the fear of responsibility. You might worry that if you really embrace your power, you'll have to take on big responsibilities or change your whole life. While it's true that developing your spiritual gifts can lead to positive changes in your life, you're always in control. You get to decide how to use your gifts and what role they play in your life. Sometimes, the biggest obstacle is simply doubt. You might think, this can't be real, or I'm not special enough to have these gifts. When these thoughts come up, remind yourself of the experiences you've had that you can't explain. Remember the times when you just knew something without knowing how. These are evidence of your spiritual nature. Here's a powerful technique for overcoming doubts and fears. Face them head on. When a fear or doubt comes up, don't try to push it away. Instead, look at it closely. Ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have for or against this fear? Often, you'll find that your fears are based on assumptions that don't hold up under scrutiny. Another helpful approach is to connect with others who are on a similar journey. Talking with people who understand what you're experiencing can be incredibly reassuring. It reminds you that you're not alone and that what you're going through is real and valid. Remember, doubt and fear are just thoughts and feelings. They're not reality. You have the power to choose which thoughts you focus on and which ones you let go. When doubts come up, try countering them with positive affirmations. I am powerful. I trust my intuition. I am worthy of developing my gifts. Say these to yourself often, especially when you're feeling unsure. It's also important to be patient with yourself. Developing your spiritual gifts is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, moments of clarity and moments of confusion. That's all part of the process. Treat yourself with kindness and compassion as you learn and grow. One more thing. It's okay to start small. You don't have to dive into the deep end right away. If certain practices feel too intense, start with something simpler. Even just taking a few deep breaths and setting the intention to be more aware can be a powerful step. As you continue to develop your spiritual gifts, it's important to talk about responsibility. Having spiritual power is a bit like having a superpower. It comes with the responsibility to use it wisely and for the greater good. First and foremost, remember that your spiritual power is a gift. It's not something to be used for showing off or manipulating others. Instead, think of it as a tool for growth, both for yourself and for those around you. Your power is meant to help and heal, not to harm or control. One of the biggest responsibilities you have is to yourself. As you develop your spiritual gifts, you'll likely become more sensitive to energy, both positive and negative. This means you need to take good care of yourself. Pay attention to how different people, places, and situations make you feel. Learn to set healthy boundaries and to protect your own energy. Part of this self-care involves continuing to develop and refine your gifts. Just like any skill, your spiritual abilities need regular practice to stay sharp. Make time each day to connect with your inner wisdom and the universal energy. This not only helps you grow stronger, but it also helps you stay balanced and centered. Another important responsibility is honesty, both with yourself and with others. As you develop your gifts, you might be tempted to exaggerate your abilities or to ignore your limitations. Resist this temptation. Be honest about what you can and can't do. If you're not sure about something, it's okay to say so. Honesty builds trust, both in yourself and with others. When it comes to using your gifts to help others, it's crucial to respect their free will. Your spiritual insights might show you things about other people's lives or situations, but it's not your job to force changes or make decisions for them. Offer your insights gently and always respect the other person's right to choose their own path. Remember, having spiritual power doesn't make you better than anyone else. We're all on our own journeys, learning and growing at our own pace. Use your gifts to lift others up, not to put them down or make them feel less than. One of the most beautiful ways to use your spiritual power is to spread more love and light in the world. This doesn't have to be anything grand or dramatic. Simple acts of kindness, sending positive thoughts to others, or bringing a sense of peace and calm to tense situations. These are all powerful ways to use your gifts for good. Your spiritual power can also be a force for positive change in the world. As you become more attuned to the interconnectedness of all things, you might feel called to take action on issues that matter to you. Whether it's protecting the environment, standing up for justice, or simply being a voice for compassion in your community, your spiritual gifts can guide and empower you to make a difference. But here's an important point. You don't have to save the whole world. Sometimes, the most powerful impact you can have is on the people closest to you. Being a loving presence in your family, a supportive friend, or a positive influence in your workplace. These are all valuable ways to use your spiritual gifts. As you grow in your power, you might find that people are drawn to you for guidance or help. This is a big responsibility. Always remember to empower others rather than making them dependent on you. Share your knowledge and encourage others to develop their own spiritual gifts. It's also important to stay humble. No matter how developed your spiritual gifts become, there's always more to learn. Stay open to new insights and perspectives. Be willing to admit when you're wrong or when you don't know something. Lastly, remember that having spiritual power doesn't mean you'll never face challenges or make mistakes. You're still human, and that's okay. The key is to learn from your experiences and to keep growing. Use your challenges as opportunities to deepen your understanding and to strengthen your connection to your spiritual nature. Using your spiritual power responsibly is about finding a balance. It's about being true to yourself while also considering the impact of your actions on others and the world around you. It's about using your gifts in a way that brings more light, love, and healing to the world. As a chosen one, you have the potential to make a real difference in the world. By using your spiritual power responsibly and with love, you can create ripples of positive change that extend far beyond what you might imagine. Remember, every act of kindness, every moment of compassion, every time you choose love over fear, you're changing the world for the better. As you continue to develop your spiritual gifts, you'll likely find yourself drawn to others who are on a similar path. Connecting with like-minded individuals can be incredibly beneficial for your spiritual growth. It's like finding your spiritual tribe, people who understand your experiences and can support you on your journey. One of the best ways to find spiritually powerful people is to follow your intuition. Pay attention to those you feel naturally drawn to. Sometimes, you might feel an instant connection with someone, almost as if you've known them before. These could be signs of a spiritual connection. Don't be afraid to strike up conversations about spiritual topics. You might be surprised to find that many people are interested in these subjects, but rarely get a chance to talk about them. When you open up about your own experiences and interests, it often encourages others to do the same. Consider joining spiritual or meditation groups in your area. These can be great places to meet people who are also exploring their spiritual gifts. Many communities have metaphysical bookstores or holistic healing centers that host events or classes. These can be excellent places to connect with like-minded individuals. Online communities can also be valuable resources. There are many forums, social media groups, and websites dedicated to spiritual growth and development. These can be especially helpful if you live in an area where it's harder to find in-person connections. Remember, though, that not everyone you meet will be at the same stage of their spiritual journey as you. Some may be just starting out, while others may have been developing their gifts for years. Be open to learning from those with more experience, and be willing to share your own insights with those who are newer to the path. It's also important to be discerning in your connections. Unfortunately, there are people who might try to take advantage of those seeking spiritual growth. Trust your intuition. If something feels off about a person or a group, it's okay to step back. When you do find your spiritual community, cherish these connections. Share your experiences, support each other's growth, and celebrate each other's successes. Having a supportive community can make a huge difference in your spiritual journey. Developing your spiritual power isn't something you do once and then forget about. It's a daily practice, a way of life. By incorporating certain practices into your daily routine, you can continually strengthen and refine your spiritual gifts. Start your day with intention. Before you even get out of bed, take a few moments to set your intention for the day. This could be as simple as saying to yourself, "Today, I choose to be aware of my spiritual nature." This helps you start your day in a positive, spiritually aligned state. Meditation, as we discussed earlier, is a powerful daily practice. Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a big difference. If you find it hard to sit still, try a walking meditation. Pay attention to each step, the feeling of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your breath. Practice mindfulness throughout your day. This means paying attention to the present moment, whatever you're doing. Whether you're eating, working, or talking with someone, try to be fully present. This helps you stay connected to your spiritual self even during mundane activities. End your day with reflection. Before you go to sleep, take a few moments to think about your day. What went well? What could you have done differently? What are you grateful for? This practice helps you learn from your experiences and maintain a positive outlook. Keeping a dream journal can be another powerful daily practice. Our dreams can often contain spiritual insights or messages. By writing down your dreams as soon as you wake up, you can start to notice patterns or symbols that might have spiritual significance. Energy work, like the exercise we discussed earlier, can be incorporated into your daily routine. Try doing a quick energy check-in several times throughout your day. How does your energy feel? Is it high or low? Balanced or unbalanced? The more you pay attention to your energy, the better you'll become at managing and directing it. Reading spiritual or inspirational material can also be a great daily practice. Even just a few pages a day can give you new insights and keep you motivated on your spiritual path. Lastly, make gratitude a daily habit. Each day, try to find at least 3 things you're grateful for. This practice helps keep you in a positive mindset and aligned with the abundance of the universe. Remember, the key to these daily practices is consistency. It's better to do a little bit every day than to do a lot once in a while. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. As we come to the end of our journey together, I want you to take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. You started by learning that you are one of the chosen ones, with incredible spiritual power waiting to be unleashed. You've discovered the signs of your spiritual gifts, learned where this power comes from, and explored ways to unlock and develop it. You've faced your doubts and fears, understanding that they're just part of the growth process. You've learned about the responsibility that comes with spiritual power and how to use your gifts for the greater good. You've discovered the importance of connecting with other spiritually powerful people and how to incorporate spiritual practices into your daily life. But this isn't the end of your journey. It's just the beginning. You are standing at the threshold of an incredible adventure, an adventure of self-discovery, of connecting with the universe in profound ways, and of making a real difference in the world. Remember, you are more powerful than you ever imagined. You have within you the ability to shape your reality, to connect with universal wisdom, and to bring more light and love into the world. This power has always been within you, waiting for you to recognize and embrace it. As you go forward from here, keep exploring, keep growing, keep believing in yourself. There will be challenges along the way, but know that these are just opportunities for growth. Every time you face a fear, overcome a doubt, or learn something new about yourself, you're expanding your spiritual power. Don't be afraid to shine your light brightly. The world needs your unique gifts, your compassion, your wisdom. By embracing your spiritual power, you're not just transforming your own life. You're contributing to the transformation of the entire world. Remember, you are chosen, not because you're better than anyone else, but because you've chosen to recognize and develop the incredible potential within you. Every time you practice meditation, act with kindness, or tune into your intuition, you're honoring that choice. So go forth with courage and excitement. Explore your gifts, trust your intuition, and let your light shine. You are on an incredible journey of spiritual growth and discovery. Embrace it fully, with an open heart and an open mind. You are powerful beyond measure. You are chosen, and your journey to discovering just how amazing you really are is just beginning. The universe is waiting for you to step into your true power. Are you ready? The adventure of a lifetime awaits.